Now, I do own the Scream Factory Friday the 13th collection, which is an amazing collection. Honestly, probably the best collection set I've ever owned. If you don't have it and you're a big horror fan, you need to get it. But I watched the first one tonight on 4K, have not watched it in a couple years. Friday the 13th is one of the biggest franchises ever. And it's pretty shocking that the original first movie is this bad.
Friday the 13th. You may only see it once, but that will be enough. Friday the 13th.
Released in 1980, Friday the 13th, that basically changed slasher horror for the 1980s. This is the reason we got so many slashers in the 80s. This movie, even though Halloween and Texas Chainsaw came out in the 70s before Friday the 13th, this is the one that just hit big, earned the money, and we got like 12 more movies out of the decades of all the Friday the 13th movies. But Friday the 13th, the movie that Scream always references with, Jason Voorhees is not in this movie. He's in it for probably like 15 seconds at the very end. Besides that, this movie is a complete blah. Like, honestly, watching it tonight, this movie's not great. Like, honestly. I mean, you have Kevin Bacon, who, yes, it's very young Kevin Bacon, and a bunch of just camp counselors who aren't even doing counseling stuff. They're just setting up, and they get murdered. Betsy Palmer as Miss Voorhees. She's really good in the movie, but, honestly, comparing to everyone, she's, like, Oscar winning. Everyone else is very much, hey, you are a dead body. Like, you're gonna get murdered, and you're gonna give us big bucks in this theaters. Because, again, this movie was really known for its title, Friday the 13th, which is why I'm reviewing it on October 13th. Even though it's not Friday, it's still the 13th, so I had to review it here. But, with this movie, it's very just slowly paced for a 90-minute movie. Yeah, it has that really cool Halloween vibe. It's a rainy, stormy night on the camping grounds. People are getting picked off. When you, of course, have Tom Savini, very young Tom Savini, doing the makeup effects. You have good-looking effects. I mean, come on, Kevin Bacon's kill. I mean, the arrow going through his throat. Classic stuff. I mean, watching on 4K, you could easily tell, like, one of the first early kills, the woman in the woods getting her throat slit. Yeah, it's basically, you could see it. On 4K, you're like, oh, there's the makeup right there. It's right here. But again, it's also 1980s, so just the 4K really is showing off everything. But overall, I mean, this movie is just basically known for setting up the groundwork of Jason Voorhees, the whole camp setting, and it gives us more to come in the future films when, Jason shows up. I mean, the next movie, he doesn't even get the mask. He gets the mask in the third movie, guys. It's one of the biggest franchises ever. He does not get the hockey mask to the third movie. But with this movie, the only reason I'm really reviewing it is because it's the first one. I would love to review other ones because they're obviously Jason and they're more awesome. Like, Friday the 13th is an awesome series. It's one of those series I grew up with. I 100% grew up with all these movies. I was totally not allowed to watch them, but I would always sneak and watch them, go to friend's house, rent them from Blockbuster, watch it from there. I mean, these memories of these movies are so important to me, especially as a horror fan. And with this movie, it really is just a very, very low-budget horror film, which, again, for what it did for the horror franchise, it's iconic. Mrs. Voorhees as the killer, how it ends, with Jason jumping out of the lake and everything, that's some good stuff right there. But overall, this movie is 90 minutes of just people getting picked off, rainy night, some cool camera work, some very good makeup, early Tom Savini. Overall, though, for an iconic series, this is a very lame first movie. I'm gonna give Friday the 13th a C+. Now, tomorrow I am seeing Halloween Kills, so yeah, I'm pretty intrigued in seeing this movie. Like, I've been building up this week for all the big heavy hitters. So once again, leave a comment down below if there's any horror movies you would like me to review. I'm going to review a lot more. It's not over yet. No. We're just in the middle of it right now. Anyway, guys, enjoy this review, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.